If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen my sneak peek at the Grind King Disruptor when I first got these in a little bit ago. I now have some more stats and information about it, enough to actually do a first look at what these trucks are like. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Welcome back to Rad Rat Video Channel. We can learn all kinds of new things about skateboarding, including learning tricks, learning about skateboarding video games, and learning about new skateboarding products like the Grind King Disruptor. This is the first new truck by Grind King since it's beginning to relaunch. It's owned by the same guy, and he got in contact with me because I made a video about the Grind King brand, and he wanted to send me some of his new products. So we're going to be taking a look at the Disruptor right now. I have some of the specs we'll go through, and then we'll talk about pricing, availability, that type of stuff at the end. But first, I just wanted to go out and skate these. So I threw them on a board. I actually had to go buy a new board because these are pretty wide. I didn't have a board that would fit. So you're welcome. Actually, I need a new board anyway, but still, I had to go out and buy a board so I could skate these. And then, I was throwing all kinds of grinds at it, doing 5-0s and crooked grinds and all that kind of stuff. No problem, as you would expect, the grind perfectly smooth. As you can see with that kingpin, there's tons of clearance, everything's nice and smooth. But the biggest thing I was concerned about was how it would feel turning. Because in theory, as you get lower and lower and lower with the kingpin, the less play that the truck could have to turn. So if it's a really tall truck, you could lean as far as you can and turn around quicker. Right, so as you get lower and lower and lower, do you have to worry about losing performance with the turning? So I have a Crux here, and to be fair to Crux, this is their cheaper version, but still, like, look at the difference with the kingpins. And so the this truck is so much higher, but did it turn better? Let me turn that around so you can actually see. Look at the kingpin difference. So does this truck turn better than this one? No, I had zero problem with that at all. And I think it's because there's so much low-hanging fruit in fixing this truck. And, like, this sticks out. It's not even, it's not an inverted kingpin even. This isn't the down low. This is just the normal Crux. But with the washer that sticks out, this big, thick nut on it and everything, there's a lot of that stuff that is solved with this truck, where it's built into the washer, or the washer is built into the bushing and all that kind of stuff. I'll talk about that. There's some charts and diagrams I can show you about that. But the way that it saves space doesn't make it feel like a lower truck. It doesn't make it feel worse. It keeps the height, but just shaves off every possible thing to make it as low and smooth as possible. So that was cool. Something else I noticed with this truck was the big hollow spot on the bottom to save some weight, which is always appreciated, but also this rounded base plate in the front, which I did not really know what that was for. I thought it was just kind of a cool design thing that it was done like that. But actually, this is designed to help you not break your board. Like if you land really hard, the board can snap right here, right? But having it rounded makes it a little bit less likely. Because think about if you're gonna chop some wood, like you're in your karate class, you're gonna chop some wood, you do it with a straight hand. That way all your force is in one line. You can start to crease the board so that it'll break, right? But if you round your hand off like this truck is, that'd be a lot harder to break because you have to break a much wider part of the board. So I'm not gonna stomp a bunch of boards and test to see how much difference it makes, but it's just really well thought out. Like all these little details about it like that have really good reasons. So the trucks felt good. One of the other things is I usually skate my trucks pretty tight because certain tricks are a lot harder with loose trucks for me. Like a 360 flip, like right when I'm about to do the trick and the truck wants to turn slightly, like it kind of messes with it for me. Pressure flips impossible, stuff like that. For me, it's just a lot easier tight. But I skated these pretty loose, for the turning testing and all that stuff I was gonna be doing, and I had no problem at all. So I don't know what that says about the truck, but I've had zero problem with this truck. It feels really good. It is made of a high-strength aluminum alloy, which people were asking about. I don't know any technical information about the alloy, but it is aluminum, for those who were wondering. It feels very light. Compared to that Crux, it's definitely a lot less than that Crux was, but I don't have a kitchen scale to weigh it or anything, so I'm not sure exactly on that, but this truck really does feel good. So let's go through some of the technical specs, and then we'll talk about pricing and availability and stuff like that in a second. Okay, so right now we're taking a look at the brochure that he sent along with the trucks. And this will explain a little bit more about the new features. So this was started in 1988, which is the year I was born. He's got some more products on the way as well. So here's the Disruptor. The first thing I want to show you is the all silver version along the right here. When I showed the trucks on Instagram, a lot of people didn't like how it looked as the paint started to come off, which I think is kind of cool. You know, you want your trucks to look used, look like you shredded a bunch of stuff, but a lot of people were asking for silver only, and they do exist. They're right there. That's what that one will look like. These are all the features. Now this is where it gets pretty cool. So we got the lowest kingpin ever, which I haven't been able to verify, but I believe it just by looking at it. There is a washerless design that prevents hangups. So you can see what that looks like. It's just this built-in washer. Nothing sticks out, which is really cool. It's got cord bushings with sleeves, which makes them, they're able to be more compact, which just makes it even lower. Concave bushings for recentering. There's a steel sleeve for the kingpin at the bottom. And there's that anti-focus base plate that I was talking about, that rounded off to make it less likely to snap. And of course, some weight-saving hollowness in the base plate as well. So there's the claim for the lowest kingpin. I don't think that's a crux, but it looks very similar to the crux that I have. You know, very narrow clearance on that one, but this one is just ridiculous. There is the anti-braking base plate, so you can kind of see how that would work, where it's not having all the force in this one straight line, kind of spreads out a little bit, so hopefully it'll be slightly less likely. Most of the time you snap your board in the middle, but I mean, anything that'll help for sure. Here are the sizes, 5.0, 5.5, 6.0 in raw or black. Mine were the 5.5s, and it was a little over 8 inches, I think. I ended up getting a board that was slightly over 8. It was like 8 1/8. So you should be all set for standard sizes these days. There's also a 6-in-1 tool. He sent this to me. I didn't show up, but it's got, you know, your standard wrenches. You've got, you know, the sockets for tightening and all that type of stuff. There's a backpack coming called the Backside 180. Backside backpack, get it? So yeah, I don't know too much about this yet. Here's some features if you want to pause that and take a look at it later. Lots of hidden compartments and stash spots, and there's a charging port where you can put in a battery and keep your phone charged from the outside. Lots of thought went into this one as well, obviously. So yeah, there's the charging port in the middle on the right, which is pretty cool. I'll probably take a look at that in the future. Another look at the backpack. Some gear and apparel too. I really like that gray hat. I think that's a pretty cool look. It's a sweet hoodie too. So yeah, he's definitely relaunching the company, getting all this branding stuff going again. There's going to be stickers, of course, which is pretty sweet. And then a lot of people were asking about, there was talk of a new product that was going to change all kinds of stuff, just a completely innovative new idea. And you're going to see that coming up on this next slide, all right? So prepare yourself. This is really going to change skateboarding forever. Oh yeah, new products coming soon. Yeah, there is other stuff in the works that I know of that you're definitely going to want to hear about. But this is the stuff that's actually launching in the immediate future. Okay, so what about the pricing, availability, that type of stuff? The pricing is going to be about $24 a truck. That could vary a little bit, but that's the number he gave me. And it will be a little bit cheaper if you get it through the crowdfunding campaign. So that's how it's going to work. It's going to run as a pre-order. Those who pre-order it that way will get them first. And then it'll be open to the general public to buy after that. And it may be through Kickstarter or Indiegogo. He's not sure yet as far as I'm aware. But, I mean, it exists. It's not really a Kickstarter in that type of way. But this thing exists. I'm holding it in my hand. He just got to get some made up. So that's the story on that. I will update you probably on Instagram with more information as I get it. He said that a date should be coming soon, but I wanted to get this video out as quick as I could. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye on the channel for all kinds of new skateboarding stuff. Maybe I'll take a look at some more Grind King stuff in the future. We'll see, but make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss it if I do. And here's some other stuff you can check out as well. Thank you for watching.